Israel, in trying to improve transparency, they know the world is calling for a pause. Their intelligence says that they are using the hospital grounds as a command center, especially underground, in order to prove that that intelligence is correct, not that they are trying to convince anyone, because they know whether they do good or do bad, people will believe whatever they want to believe. Among the videos they released a few hours ago is this tunnel with a spiral staircase that goes deep underground. They've not finished exploring the tunnel, but the end that goes under the hospital, they found this massive blast-proof door. According to them, it is booby-trapped. So what could be lurking behind that door? A possible hostage room? Anyway, looking at the small hole on the door, you can see that anyone approaching this door will be a sitting duck. Now, let's see the other video they released. This one is a recording of a CCTV camera inside the hospital. It looks like the reception area. As you can see, some men are taking someone inside. The man is walking on his own. He doesn't need emergency. Some part of his head is covered by his own shirt. And if you notice, these guys seem to know their way around the hospital. No one is showing them where they will go. No one is ushering them in. In fact, the way they are walking, you will see that they know the hospital very well. It's like they walk there. It's just like someone walking into his home or his office. You don't need someone to direct you to where you will go, which room you will enter. And looking at the Google map of the entire area, you will see that it was intentional. They didn't just want to walk into any hospital. They chose this particular one for a reason. Now, let's examine this map. That's the border crossing at the top right corner. That's where they came in on that fateful day. And anyone under an emergency that is seeking to treat an injury, the person will definitely choose the first hospital in sight. But that was not the case. As you can see, this is the first hospital. There's another one here. There's the Indonesian hospital. There's another one at the back. In this vicinity alone, there's up to 4 or 5 hospitals. They never chose any of them. So you can understand why they chose that hospital. They could have used any other one, but they left all of them and went straight to the hospital. And when someone is entering a hospital for the first time, or even any other time, you will be stopped at the reception. You'll be asked for paperwork, your insurance card and all that. And they will take you to a room where you wait to be attended to by a professional, a doctor, a nurse, any other professional working in the hospital. And looking at the other video they released a few days ago, all the CCTV cameras around the reception area were taped over. So it means that after the first day or the second day, they realized that the CCTV cameras were capturing everything that was going on in the hospital. So they had to tape them over, but they forgot to look for the recording to wipe it. If they did that, this evidence wouldn't have been found today. Now, looking back at the map, why did they choose this particular hospital? It might be because of the location. It is very close to a harbor. Look at the harbor beside. So for logistics reasons, moving anything from the harbor to the hospital, it is a very good choice. Besides, they seem to have many hospitals around the area. They must have the highest number of hospitals per square kilometer in the world. There are nearly 40 hospitals in the strip. Maybe it is because of the other need that the hospitals serve them. Now, let's hear some voices of reason from the Arab world. Many people are not aware that people are speaking up. That's why people shouldn't generalize. Many people in the Arab world know the solution. They know the deep issues that are causing the crisis. That's why they are lending their voice in order to solve the problem. People calling for a pause should also call for the release of the people they are holding. It's like taking someone's phone and running into the house and locking the door. And the person you took his phone is banging on the door, banging, and you're shouting from inside the house and telling the person, stop banging on my door. You already know that if you return his phone, he will stop banging on your door. So why not return the phone so that he will stop banging on the door? Now, let's hear from Wada Sultan, an Arab American who is a doctor. She is of Syrian descent. She talks about religion and why people should stop behaving as if we're in the Stone Age. Let's take a listen.
يا أخي آمن بالحجر ولكن إياك أن تضربني بها. أنت حر في أن تعبد من تشاء ولكن لا علاقة لك بعقائد الآخرين سواء آمنوا بأن المسيح هو الله ابن مريم أو أن الشيطان هو الله ابن مريم. اتركوا الناس في عقائدهم. اليهود خرجوا من مأساة، فرضوا احترامهم على العالم بعلمهم لا بإرهابهم، بعملهم لا بزعيقهم. البشرية مدينة بمعظم اكتشافات وعلوم القرن 19 والقرن 20 لعلماء اليهود. 15 مليون مشرد في العالم جمعوا شملهم ووصلوا إلى حقوقهم بالعمل والعلم. لم نرى يهوديا واحدا يفجر نفسه داخل مطعم ألماني، لم نرى يهوديا واحد يهدم كنيسة، لم نرى يهوديا واحد يحتج على ذلك بقتل الناس. حول المسلمين 3 تماثيل للإله بوذا إلى حطام. لم نرى بوذيا واحدا يحرق مسجدا أو يقتل مسلما أو يحرق كنيسة أو يحرق سفارة، ولكن وحدهم المسلمون يدافعون عن معتقداتهم بحرق الكنائس وقتل الناس وهدم السفارات. هذه طريقة لن تؤدي بهم إلى نتيجة. على المسلمين أن يسألوا أنفسهم ماذا يستطيعون أن يقدموا للبشرية قبل أن يطالبوا تلك البشرية باحترامهم.
She's absolutely right. This is a fundamental issue. Whether it is about land or religion, whatever the problem is, let's make an illustration using this map. This animation shows where the oldest fossil of a Homo sapien was found in the world. In other words, the origin of man. So you can see the first man was found around the Eastern Africa. All men in the world today originated from here. It was from here that they spread out. As you can see, some spread out towards Southern Africa, some to the western part and northern part of the African continent. They went into the Middle East. From there, they spread to Asia, Europe, and America, even Oceania. So you can see how men spread out to discover other parts of the world, and they came to inhabit all the places they discovered. Some even acquired more land by military conquest. So all men are immigrants wherever they find themselves today, whether they went there in the modern times or they migrated in the early times to conquer the regions and occupy the places. Even the people living in Eastern Africa, where the origin of man can be traced, they are still immigrants because Earth is older than man. The Earth has existed for millions of years before man came to be. So why can't men live together and live in peace when they know that when they go, the land and earth will remain? Thanks for watching.